Okay, so I figured I would film just a shelf tour, in case you didn't want to watch the, I think, 47-minute long room tour that I have, that I like very briefly went over the shelves. But for this, I'll just do this big shelf that's here, the small one that's beside it, and then going around to the other side, this shelf that's currently being blocked by my fan. Anything that's on it that's K-pop, which is honestly only 2 sections. So the top here I won't go super in depth because I did actually do that in my room tour. So we just have the 2 cups in the back that are from the 2 different BTS pop-ups in Seoul. Anu from Dream Part 1. Yeah, Dream Part 1. Then I have the Fake Love mug from, I think that was the first pop-up. Yeah, it was. Light stick boxes in the back, which are just Hypen, BTS, GOT7. Cup from a GOT7 cafe, and then these are my BTS cup sleeves and then my GOT7 cup sleeves. For the shelves themselves, I actually have changed the order of the albums and stuff that are on them, because this shelf that's right there is actually bowing a little bit in the middle because it couldn't handle the weight of all of the Breath of Love Last Piece albums, 7 Edition, the photo book, like all of that was right in the middle before, and it just started to like bow in the middle. So instead, now I have alt group, and then everybody else. So I think the way that I'm going to do this is I will show you the shelf first, and I'll actually place my camera on the ground and then go through album by album that way, instead of trying to like balance and like pull out albums, because some of these are like pretty tightly in here. This shelf's actually not that bad, but there are a couple of them are really tight. Okay, so I'd already partly filmed this, but then I decided to actually do a different approach to it because I didn't know how to make like this unique and exciting when everyone's seen a lot of these albums. So I'll just show you the packaging, the version. My dog just walked in. Packaging, it'll say the version, and then I'm also just gonna say like my favorite song or whatever, instead of actually like peeking really at the album itself, because I mean all the unboxings are out there, most people know. As my dog walks. Are you gonna be in a video? Are you my helper? Okay, as I was saying, so we start with Too Cool for School. There is no versions for this, so favorite tracks are Joyo, but also Circle Room Cypher. If you are like New Army and you have not listened to Circle Room Cypher, you need to get on that. And I do have with mine where sometimes when you close it, it bends. So I try to be super careful with this corner, but it is a little bit bent there. So I always try to do that when I close it. Okay, then we move to Oh Are You Late Too? Now, I don't know exactly what the first one is called because I believe that this is called the first mini, or yeah, because this is the second mini, which would mean this was the first, but I don't know. I guess it was just their debut album or special album or something. But yeah, so Oh Are You Late Too? There is no versions. And I really like Coffee and Padogongsan. Oh, and then If You're My Friend, she for some reason combines these and was like, oh yeah, oh, are you late for school too? I'm like, that's close, but no. Okay, then we have the second mini album, School Love Affair. Once again, there's not really versions of this. There is a special edition, which I will get to in a second. This is when we start with the like fancy, I can't even get it open, the magnet, which I love. Where is, oh, our track listing's right on the front. So, oh gosh, favorite. I do love Boy in Love, Tomorrow. I mean, Spine Breaker, come on, A+, but also Jump and Yoongi's verse in Cypher 2. I realized I just like listed half of the track list, but yes, solid album. Then after that, School Love Affair Special Edition. Now this is the reprint, not the original, and this is an album that I thought I was never going to own because the original was so freaking expensive. Like, I think I saw it with photo cards for like $300 or $400. So favorites on it, I mean, Miss Right's a good song, Just One Day. I mean, you have all of like the favorites from School Love Affair and then even more fun. So, and then this is their first full album, and it's actually one of my favorite albums of BTS, Dark and Wild. And I mean, this has Cypher Part 3. Like, where is our full track list? Gotta be somewhere. Oh yeah, a little bit hard to read. Let Me Know, War of Hormone, Danger, Cypher 3 Killer, Blanket Kick, 20, like Yogi Bois. This entire start to finish, yes. Rain, like, actually, if I were going to suggest one early album of BTS's, like if you weren't planning on collecting all of their early stuff, Dark and Wild's where it's at. Okay, so after Dark and Wild, we move into my favorite aesthetic. I wouldn't say favorite, like, track list. That still goes to Dark and Wild, but aesthetic is definitely Hwa Young Yunhwa. So this is part 1, and I believe this is called I think it's the white and the peach version. I will write below if I'm incorrect with that. And favorite song off of this is probably, oh no, I forgot this was on this. Hands down, best song, Hungtan Sonyeondan, my favorite BTS song of all time. I don't know why for a second there I was thinking it was on part 2, but yes, like, no questions asked. Solid album, like Hold Me Tight, yes, but Hungtan Sonyeondan. So that's part 1, and then we have part 2, and I believe this is the blue and the peach. And then track list off of this, I mean, Butterfly, Whaley 52, but if I had to pick one, My City, definitely. Okay, and then we move to Young Forever. I believe this is day version, night version. Okay, there's so many songs on this, but either Fire or full-length edition, House of Cards. Okay, and then we move into Wings, which this was my first era. Like, I got into BTS in January of 2017, although I did see Blood, Sweat, and Tears the day that it released, but I wouldn't have called myself like a fan of theirs until like January of 2017. So I was pre You Never Walk Alone, but I wasn't really here for like when Wings era was happening, if that makes sense. So I have WINNG version for this, and how do I pick a favorite song off of this? So I'll pick a favorite solo, and then I'll pick a favorite song that's not a solo. Although, like, my favorite solo is probably Boy Meets Evil, which I realize is an intro and not really like a solo, but J-Hope bias. So other than that, we're gonna go with Mama. My favorite non-solo is Dual Set. Off of that. And then we have You Never Walk Alone, and we have the left and the right version. So this was the first BTS album that I ever purchased. This was not the first K-pop album that I ever had. But this kind of started it all with, so I went to the actual bus stop when I was in Korea, and like, I wanted to take the video where you do this and you pull away, and it's the bus stop in front of you. I'll link the clip like right now. So I ended up buying this and had both versions, and like, album costs in Korea are so much cheaper, so I was like, F it, you know what, I'm gonna collect like all version BTS. So we can really like blame this album. So this is what did it. Oh, so I realized that I didn't say what my favorite song off of You Never Walk Alone was, but Spring Day, hands down, no questions asked. Like, that song is a queen. So, now we move into the Love Yourself era. So I have LOVNE. I did originally, like when I wasn't collecting all versions, pull the E version, which is the pizza shop, which is Laundry Pizza. Unfortunately, Laundry Pizza is no longer there. It has closed, but when it was open, it was actually really good, and the pizza was good too. So, favorite off of Love Yourself, Her. So there is the track listing for us. I would probably say Dimple, but it's a very, very close tie with Go Go. And then next we have Love Yourself, Tear. And I have the YOU and R. I feel like I originally pulled the R, but don't quote me on that. I pulled the Jean version. I don't really feel like looking through to see, but I think it is R. And then favorite off of this, I would say Paradise or Magic Shop. Although The Truth Untold, like The Truth Untold holds such a special place in my heart. That song and seeing it live, unforgettable. Okay, and last for the Love Yourself answer, and I have S, E, L, and F. This one, I don't know why it's a little bit messed up. I do think it came in the post that way, because it was the one that I got with purchasing the ticket for Citi Field. And if you have noticed, I didn't put in to switch the cover. I did with one of the versions, like the original version. I think I pulled E originally, and I put in to switch the cover. But like this one, I was like, I don't really care. So track list, it would be very hard for you to see. I'm sorry. Ooh, okay, that actually works. So favorite solo. I feel like we have to do favorite rap solo and favorite vocal line solo, because Epiphany, but also Trivia Seesaw, like both, yes. Oh, but also like Just Dance, but like that's just me being Hobie trash, but like yes. And for songs, and To Love Myself. Okay, so after that we move to Persona, and I realized I slightly lied because I did pre-order all 4 versions of this for fan sign, because at that point I was living in Korea. So, I mean, I guess you could also blame Persona for why I decided to start collecting all the versions, but we have version 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mine have only slightly faded. I've seen people's that are a lot worse than the color difference. I try to keep mine out of the sun as much as possible. Okay, where do we have our track listing? On here. I mean, I don't know why I'm looking for it, because I can already tell you my favorite track is without question Microcosmos. So there we go. And then after that we have the BTS World soundtrack. This, I don't like how much the box shows like any fingerprints, etc. Track listing on this. So my favorite, oh, there we go. My favorite is Dream Glow, but Heartbeat also holds a special place in my heart. I love the video for that. Okay, and then we move to the most extra massive, large album. Like, did they really have to do it this big? But version 4, version 3, version 2, and version 1. So, checklist. Well, first of all, this is another one that I don't even know why I'm like looking for you. But first of all, Friends, like, can we focus? This song was everything that I needed and like wanted, and yes, but if I had to pick one song from this album, hands down. Outro ego. Obsessed. And then we move to B and the Essential Edition. Okay, trying to figure out which one will have an easier track list to show you. Here we go. Okay, so my favorite is tied between Blue and Gray and Stay for this. Then last for their Korean albums, I do have both versions of Butter. So we have the cream version and we have the peaches version. And this one's not too hard. You have two options, Butter or Permission to Dance. And between the two, I actually do prefer Butter, although Permission to Dance is also a bop. Okay, so like I said, that was it for my Korean albums for BTS. There will be a couple of Japanese that are coming later. But then we move to GOT7, and this is Got It. And unfortunately, it is a little bit off color. Sorry, I have dog hair everywhere. It is a little bit off color. This is like the original version. I bought it used. And for favorite song, I would go with Like Oh, or Playground obviously is very special to Agase, so Playground as well. I will say Yoboseo is a time you either love it or you hate it. That's all I'm gonna say. And then next we have God Love, and off of this, mine is Bad Behavior. Obsessed with that song. So good. Okay, and then we move into the era. So Identify, I think this is the regular version, and then this is just called the close-up version of Identify. Not positive, but off of this, like, I mean, Haji Hajima, the song is good. The music video, yeah, that's all I need to say. But favorite song off of it, I would say that would be. And then we move to Just Right, which beautiful, colorful, lovely era. And let me zoom in a little bit on there for you. And my favorite song off of this, I actually really like Nice, but mine is good too. Although, like, Dokjoa, obviously. It's very iconic, GOT7. Okay, next we move to Mad, and as far as I'm aware, this is just called the vertical and the horizontal version. I know my directions clearly. So off of Mad, like, I mean, if you do, quality, but also Tick Tick Tock, but like also Nurigayo, like, solid album too. No complaints. Okay, so after that we moved to the album that I said that I would never in a million years purchase, because why would I do it when there's not a photo card, or, you know, it has a calendar for like 2016 or 2015 or something, but yet here we are. So I did only purchase one version for now. I will say the for now, but track list off of this, I believe it's the same exact as like the regular Mad, except for it has Confession Song and one more, I believe. Oh, this is the diary. I don't even know if we have the track list in here. And was I right with the year? Yeah, 2016. It's like super cute, and like I want to use it, but it's 2016, so like how many years do I have to wait until the days of the week line up? Oh my god, why? I'll do a quick flip through of this in case, because I know there are Agase that have not seen this, like, that are like me, that are like, oh, I'll never buy it. Yeah, make better choices, guys. But like, I'm not mad, and I don't regret it. Oh, and when it comes to like collecting all versions of GOT7, like, I don't even know, like, consciously when I decided, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do that. It just happened. Yeah, I don't know where the... here we go. Here is our track list. Yeah, so it's got Confession Song, it's got Every Day, and then Star, and then we start with, but I gotta go with Confession Song for favorite off of this, like, excluding the songs that are on just regular Mad. But that video is too cute, and like half the time I watch the actual video, and then half the time I just watch the video where I don't know what live they were doing, but they were absolute, like, messes. But isn't that what we love about them? Okay, then we move to Flight Log Turbulence, not Turbulence Departure. Wow, I'm already failing at this. Flight Log Departure. It's because I'm sitting here going, what in the heck are these? I feel like one of these is called like the Rose Quartz version. Does it say? Of course not. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to look that up and put it below. But for favorite song, either Begging on My Knees or Home Run. All of it so good, like Fly, but also like Can't, We'll Take It So, yes. Then we move to, this was technically the era that I got into GOT7 because I got into them before I got into BTS. And I got into them through Hard Carry, but I didn't get into them until very early January of 2017. So it was like, got into GOT7, and then like by 2 weeks later, I was also like double alt with BTS. So this was not the first GOT7 album that I bought though, but I do have the Jackson version. I did not like intentionally, I just bought a random like sealed version, and I ended up getting Jackson's. I bought this at KCON in New York in 2017. And then for favorite track on this is another one that's like really hard because I love so many of the tracks. Probably Let Me. I've actually converted a couple people by the Let Me part switch version. They're all like, oh my god, I love that song, like I need to check out more of their stuff. So, you know, GOT7 doing my work here. So either Let Me or also Skyway, but like also Prove It, and no, like the entire album you should stand. Then we move to the first album that I bought, which was this version of Arrival. And once again, what in the heck were these versions called? I don't like the like casing on this because as you can see, it loves to peel. But we'll call this the green version and this the like sand version. I realize that I have this upside down. 1 second. Okay. So track listing up at the top there, if it will focus for you. No, it doesn't want to. There we go. Favorite song off of this is Paradise, but like Shopping Mall is a time as well. Okay, then we move into one of my favorites, and also I think one of the most special for a lot of August, which is 7 for 7. I want to say one's golden hour and one's like sunset hour. That could be a lie. I don't know why I don't know the names of versions. But so off of this, basically the entire album. Can I just select the entire album? But if like absolutely forced, Teenager. Yes. And then we move to the second album that I was like, absolutely no way. I'm not buying it. Why would I buy it? It's the exact same track list, but different pictures. But like, have you seen these pictures? Like, they're just so soft. Like, who could say no to that? I have a problem. I'm aware of it. But like, look at them. I can't. This album is just too beautiful. So yeah, completely the same track list. YJYP. But like, also thank you, because this is everything. We're just gonna have a moment of appreciation. Just yes. Okay. Moving on. And then we have Eyes on You. So Eyes on and You. Make sure you can see all of them. So one of my, I wouldn't like call her that close of a friend, but like an acquaintance that I had in Korea that I actually ended up going to the GOT7 concert there with, messaged me one day and goes, "Did you know that there are 3 versions of Eyes on You?" I'm like, what version were you not realizing? Because it's Eyes on You. I don't know if she thought it was Eyes on or like Eyes You or On You. I don't know. I don't know what her thought process was. Okay, where is our track list? You're getting like a little sneak peek here. Ah, bottom corner. Okay, this is also a very special album. Like, look, and then also in the other one, You Are. Obviously very special for Agase. But favorite song off of this is obviously Gomawo. Thank you. Written by Jin Young. I swear Jin Young loves to like tear at our heartstrings because he also wrote Encore, and like I have a like love and love to cry relationship with that song. So that's Eyes on You. And then the last thing on that shelf is actually not an album. It is the graphic lyrics for You Never Walk Alone. I went with this because, as I said, You Never Walk Alone was the first BTS album that I ever purchased, and I do have like a very special place in my heart for this song. And I mean, these lyrics are so absolutely beautiful. I went to the little pop-up that was at Kyobo for this. It was really cool. My friend and I somehow went at a time that there was like no one there because we were worried that we were gonna have to wait in a really long line. So that is that shelf, and I'll move you down to the next one, which will be even more GOT7. Okay, so next up, once again, we have another thing that I was like, yeah, definitely will never collect all versions of. Present You. So, yeah. I am missing one, and I'm going to buy it. Missing Bam Bam. But like, Present You, such a solid album. Like, look at that track listing. Favorite track off of it, I feel like once again I have to do like non-solo and then solo. So for solo, I have got to give it to Jin Young with My Youth, although Sunrise is a very close second, as well as Honja. But B-side, like non-solo B-side, I mean, all of them. How can you pick? But like, Spanish version of Lullaby has a very special place in my heart. Like, they freaking killed it with that. This was the first version that I got. This one I did do a group order, and I tried for the group version, but she actually didn't pull any, so I got Jackson once again with that. Was not mad about it. Okay, and then we move to Present You and Me, which I will say probably has my favorite track listing of all time of GOT7 albums, because not only did we get all of Present You, which was phenomenal. Oh my gosh, I have so much stock hair. We also got all of their tour songs. So I have, what were they? The pink, yellow, and green version? I don't even know. Like, there's no way that's right. The backs of these are so pretty. Okay, track listing. So look at that. Like, look at how many songs we got on this. So obsessed with 1:31 a.m. Like, that song. But also Take Me to You is probably one of my favorite GOT7 songs of all time. But then also, like I said, you have their solos. And like, Think About It from the tour. Like, Wallow. Seriously, if you were only buying one GOT7 album, I would say Present You and Me. Okay. And then this thing. Why, oh why, did we need to put a cover on this? Because I do not actually have all of the versions. I have this one. And then that one again. And then this one. So I think I'm missing the and version. So I think I have Security and then I have Insecurity. We'll have to double check that. But like, why JYP? Because I refuse to buy this like random, so I am gonna have to eventually buy it on like eBay with somebody that's opened it. It's just so annoying. Why did you have to put a cover on this? Oh, realize that I did not give you a favorite song on this. Where is our, there is our track listing. Is there even a question page? Hands down, but also like the end, but also 1 Degree, but like the entire album, but page. We just, page is everything. Okay, then we have Call My Name. And once again, I have zero clue what these versions are called. Were there version names other than like 1, 2, 3, 4? I don't know. They make the GOT7 on the side, so like you know which order they're supposed to sit in. But I don't actually know like if they have names other than that. And then where is our track listing? Oh, that's very, very bright. Crash and Burn. I think I like malfunctioned the first time that I watched Crash and Burn. Like, and I went to V Heartbeat where I said to my friend, I'll be fine, except for if they play Crash and Burn. And what did they do? They played, I was like squeezing her hand. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. She just laughed. But yes, that's how much I love Crash and Burn. Okay. Then we move to this album. So Die. I have, this is version 5, version 4, version 3. I don't actually like these like little slip things. Version 2, and then 1 second. I have version 1. It is Young Jae signed. So it sits on my shelf in the plastic. And then for track listing, Love You Better is my favorite song off of it, but Poison also is very special. So that is Die. And then you will notice that I do not have the Breath of Love albums on this shelf because they are too freaking tall. So we are going to move into Subunits. Okay, and then we move to the album that I do not have enough words to describe how much I love this album. Verse 2. So I'm not sure if this is like a left and right version or if there's names. I am terrible at versions. But I do have both of them. And my favorite songs off of this, I cannot say anything other than all of them because all of them are so good. But like Icarus, but all of them. And then we have Just Two with Focus. This, I think the versions are not based on the cover, they're based on the inside, and I pulled Yugyeom for both versions. Once again, annoying that they did that. But first of all, I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Just Two, and I don't know why, because JB and Yugyeom's sound together is so good. Long Black, but also Drunk on You, but Long Black, yes. But also the Gucci suits. Like, there's a reason that that is still on my door. I just, just to J-Bum was a time. Okay, so after subunits, we move into solos, and I'm kind of torn as to how I'm going to display these. As of right now, it works because I have ribbon first, and then I have Yugim's after that, but am I going to continue in the order that they release them, or am I going to do it in like fan chant order, so like all of JB's are together, and then all of, I don't know. But anyway, so I have ribbon, I have, what, I know it says the version somewhere on this, because I noticed it when I was unboxing it, that I was like, it says it! Okay, well, one of them's the ribbon version, and one of them's the Pandora version, and I don't know which is which. But, we'll look at this track list because it's a little bit easier to see than the other one. So, favorite songs, first of all, Ribbon is everything, and like he freaking killed it with that. Well, he called it comeback, but also Under the Sky. Okay, and then the only other solo I currently have is Yugim's, although JB's has landed in Chicago. I know that tracking so far, so we will see when I get that, hopefully in the next couple days. But yeah, Yugim Point of View You. Thank you for not doing versions of this, so I don't have to try to figure out what they are. Do we not have track listing on the outside? No, we don't. There is no CD in here because it's in my CD player. Not that it didn't come with the CD. Don't worry. Is there track listing? Ah, here we go. Okay, I don't remember what I said in the unboxing, but Running Through the Rain, absolute favorite, no questions asked, but also love the way, but Running Through the Rain. So there's that one. And then after this, it gets a little confusing and weird, but it's just how I decided to lay out my bookshelves. So we are going to move into BTS Japanese albums and then GOT7 Japanese albums. Okay, so we start off with BTS Face Yourself, which I believe I bought at FYE in the US. I might have bought it at Target, but I really feel like I bought it at FYE. So favorite on this is Crystal Snow. That song is a freaking bop. But Let Go is also amazing. And then we move to Lights and Boy With Love, and I bought this while I was in Korea on Weverse. So it comes with like the little slip thing, although not the biggest fan of it, but Lights, oh my god. Such a good song, such a good music video. Like, I swear I cry every single time I watch that music video. I don't know why. I just have videos like that I'm like, oh, what a good cry. I'm gonna put that on. So, those are the two jewel cases that I have for BTS, and then we move to my most recent purchase, which is BTS The Best. I once again was like not gonna buy this, but I went to Target and it was so cheap, like way cheaper than I can usually get Japanese albums. This has so much on it, like 2-disc, all that, like it just seems so worth it. Like, that's why I eventually decided to go with it. I still, Crystal Snow, that is my song. But Stay Gold, so good. Okay, then we move to, I only own 2 GOT7 Japanese albums, but both of these are some of my favorite GOT7 songs of, like, all time. I Won't Let You Go, which, there we go, there's the track listing. Freaking love Seesaw too, but I Won't Let You Go. Like, if you do not listen to this song, you are missing out. Like, once again, I think their Japanese discography is completely slept on. And then we have Love Loop, and this is why I hate jewel cases. Yes. My, not a JB bias, but a JB bias. That is my life. And Drunk, but also Karma, but also Drunk, but Karma, but I don't know, but Love Loop. That's how I feel about this. So, seriously, if you have not, and you are a Nagase, check out all of their Japanese discography, like all of it. There are so many good title tracks, but there's also so many good B-sides that people sleep on. Okay, to finish off this shelf, I have a lot of like random stuff. So I have the empty bag from my Stray Kids light stick that I got when I went to their fan meeting in Korea. I don't remember what the fan meeting was called. Then we moved to the Fever Shop freebie from, this was like the regular version of the, like whatever the, I don't remember what it was called. There was the Essential Edition and the other one. So that one. Then we have the lookbook from Eyes on You freebie. Then we have all of the Call My Name photo essays and the 2 from Die. Whoops, I'm sorry. And then the photo essay from JJ Project.